Hey everyone, and welcome to part 31 of my Dark Souls 3 playthrough. Last time I continued my exploration of Archdragon Peak, and when I went beyond the third bonfire of the area, I was met by what I can only describe as a mob of serpent warriors, both the small and the large ones. Needless to say, I had no desire whatsoever to tackle a mob like that in close range combat, so I made use of the fact that I possess a very nice and lovely bow and a good supply of arrows, and with some patience managed to work my way through that mob until there was no one left and my way forward was cleared. That led me to what I think could be probably considered the very peak of Archdragon Peak. And when I performed the Path of Dragon gesture there, I acquired the Twinkling Dragon torso. With that done, I saw that there was only really one place left for me to go, and it was up a ladder onto the roof of the building that I've been moving through at Archdragon Peak. And there I ran into a familiar face in the form of Havel. Again. I was rather hoping that the encounter with Havel in the Dark Souls 2 DLC Crown of the Sunken King in a gank boss fight there was the final time that I would have to deal with that particular enemy, but unfortunately, alas and alack, no. That didn't turn out to be the case, and this Havel, I dare say, is actually the most terrifying of the 3 iterations I have come across in the Dark Souls games. Because unlike the other 2, this one could... Well, I called it a level up, I think, in the episode, but in hindsight, it's more like he fortified his armor even more, even though Havel's armor is the tankiest of all of the armors in the Dark Souls games, I think. He reinforced it with even more rock. And yeah, I didn't manage to defeat him on the first attempt. And when I was once again flattened into a pancake by him, I decided that I would leave that particular fight for another time. However, that really only left me with one option remaining for the area, and that was to ring the bell. And upon ringing the bell, I essentially triggered / gained access to the boss fight, the ultimate, I dare say, boss fight of this area. And that boss fight is a 2-parter. With the first part consisting of me fighting the King of the Storm, which is an ancient dragon, a very feathery ancient dragon. And then the second part is against the rider of that dragon, who turned out to be the Nameless King. Now, my theory that I mentioned last time is that the Nameless King is in fact Gwyn's firstborn son, the one that we very briefly see mentioned in Dark Souls 1 in an item. I've forgotten what the item was, but it was an item that I found right outside the Dark Moon Chamber in Anor Londo in Dark Souls 1. And there we essentially just find out that due to a, let's call it a conflict of interest, the son, Gwyn's firstborn son, had been exiled and his name stricken from all records. So my theory is, due to the very strong resemblance to Gwyn appearance-wise and the fact that the Nameless King wields lightning, that this is in fact Gwyn's firstborn son. Unfortunately, I've not yet managed to last long enough in the second phase of this boss fight to see what kind of enemy the Nameless King is, but I feel that it's going to be an amazing one. So, needless to say, I have every intention of continuing with this part of the game, and only once I'm completely done with Archdragon Peak, I am going to return to the rest of the the other location, the only other location I have in the main game left, which is Lothric Castle in the fight against Elder Prince Lorien. At any rate, the goal for today is pretty simple. Go and fight the King of the Storm and the Nameless King, and hopefully I will be able to defeat them this episode. And once I've done that, as I said, I'm just going to go ahead and return to Lothric Castle. But until then, I think I have an excellent boss fight to look forward to. So, without further ado, let's jump straight back into the game, guys. Okie dokie, and we're back in the game. Now, I have been informed that there is indeed a lightning defense ring to be found in Archdragon Peak, and happily enough for me, fortunately enough for me, I do not have to fight Havel in order to acquire it. Unfortunately, in order to acquire it, I do need to do a little bit of backtracking, so I figure that I might as well start things off with that, and then return to the boss fight. But I will say already at this point that if and when I find the, what was it, Thunderstone Plate ring, I think it was? If I manage to find that ring, I don't know if I'm actually going to end up using it for the boss fight. Due to the very simple reason that I'm quite attached to my current collection, to my current selection of rings. I'm quite attached to it. I feel that every single ring that I currently have equipped is incredibly useful and valuable and important. The life ring, because as I said, in Dark Souls 1 there were just so many boss fights in the DLC where I ended up finishing the boss fight with just a tiny sliver of health left. So a tiny amount of health may not seem like much, extra health may not seem like much, but it could be the difference between a victory and, a failure. And the Gloranthy ring obviously is important because it raises the stamina recovery speed, and in a boss fight like this one, I feel that that is absolutely crucial. So definitely need that. The Pontiff's Left Eye recovers HP with successive attacks, and again, anything that helps my health, my health bar stay at least slightly full is something that I definitely need to have equipped. And I did see it, activate and work when I was editing the previous episode and rewatched all of my attempts against the King of the Storm. So it's definitely a ring worth keeping for this boss fight. And the Estus ring increases the HP restored with an Estus flask, which, again, in a boss fight like this, crucial. So even if or when I manage to find the lightning defense ring, the Thunderstone Plate ring, I'm not sure I'm actually going to equip it. However, I do want to have the choice to equip it, so as I said, we're going to just go ahead and do a tiny little bit of backtracking. And in order to do that, I need to travel to the Dragonkin Mausoleum bonfire. Okie dokie, we're here. So there was a snake summoner here, and so what we're going to do is oh. I'm sorry that I was so silent. I was so focused on running away from this guy. Oh! No. No, no. No. There we go. Okay. Whew. Right, so I just wanted to clear the area. Oh, and I regained the one that I lost. I'm sorry. So I have to go through this corridor here, which is annoying. But we're going to use the same strategy now. Apparently in this corridor... Okay. I am meant to find a way to go up. No, no. Why do I keep doing that? Why do I keep misjudging the distance, I wonder? Right, and so... a way up. Come on. Oh! Oh no. There we go. Okay, I'm going to clear the corridor first. Hopefully I don't have to fight the big guy again with the small guy. That was annoying. Okay, so a way up. I'm supposed to look for a way up. Fake walls. Fake walls. No. Is there a ladder of some sort? No, I can't see a ladder. Can I? No. A way up. Oh, there is a ladder over there! Shoot, shoot. Do the big ones climb? Can they climb? Can I just run for it? I see a ladder over there. Oh, shoot. How did I miss it? How did I miss that one? You know what? The fog is very annoying. The fog is actually very annoying. I could have sworn there was one here. There are two over there. Really? I'm not risking rolling off the ledge. I'm going through this again. Come here. Come on. Do you have an aggro range? How do I keep missing? Ah, I hate them. Hate them. Hate them. This is annoying. This is so annoying. I hate this part. Absolutely loathe it. Why? Why? No. Come on. Come up here. Why? Why? I hate them so much. They're so annoying. Now then, I had an issue here with the giant. Okay, it didn't trigger. Yay! Are you what I'm looking for? Thunder, stone plate, rain, yes. Are you climbing? No, thankfully. You're not. So, is there anything left for me to do here? Oh, hey! It continues on... No, wait, no, I've already been there. Yeah, no, Have I? Have I been here? Yeah, I remember going down here and then over there. Yeah, okay. Right, so I'm not going to risk getting hit. I'm just going to go ahead and go to... I guess the bonfire last rested at. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. We're just going to go ahead and go to the boss fight now. And see how that goes. Okie dokie, and then we're just going to go ahead, sit down, and travel to the Great Belfry bonfire. Okie dokie, here we are again. Now then, I have... So, obviously while editing the previous episode, I did get a chance to take a look at all of my attempts again. And there was one attempt... I think it was the second one where I managed to get to the second phase. The second time I managed to get to the second phase. And I managed the final hit against the King of the Storm by hitting its head, which resulted in 300 something damage. which is not exactly a small amount, especially when you consider that one strike at the legs results in about 60 damage. So there's, quite a bit more to be gained by attacking the head. And I have then also been advised by you guys in the comments of the previous video that it is indeed better to attack the head rather than the legs, even if the legs, technically speaking, would be a somewhat safer space. Because apparently if I stand kind of in front of the head / in front of the King of the Storm, I would be able to see what kind of attacks are coming and therefore dodge them better, provided they get the timing for the rolls and everything right, of course. I am not particularly enthusiastic about attempting that particular approach, but I also don't really see that I have that much of a choice, because the longer I allow the first phase to be drawn out, the higher the chances are of me getting caught by one of the fire breath attacks, and that means that my supply of Estus flasks is just going to once again dwindle until when I do manage to get to the second phase, I manage to get there with no flasks. So we are going to try to attack the head, and we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. This is not a good idea, but I also don't see, as I said, that I have that much of a choice. I don't. I just don't. Here are my souls. Okay, let's just go. Two-handing my swords, of course. I'm kind of afraid to attack the head, guys, not gonna lie. I'm kind of afraid to attack the head. I know that it's the place where I can deal the most damage, but it's also the most dangerous place. It's a high risk, high reward kind of situation. And I'm reminded of my first attempt, I think it was my first attempt, or maybe the second attempt, against the amygdala in Bloodborne, where I was kind of having issues with the camera because I didn't know how to play without the lock-on at that point. It was still, Bloodborne was my first Soulsborne, and for the most part I'd used, without any issues, the lock-on on all of the boss fights up until that point. But with the amygdala, using the lock-on is a very bad idea because the amygdala is massive. It's more sizable than the King of the Storm and the Nameless King combined. And so the camera was kind of going crazy, and with that being the case, I just decided to stick to the safest possible place, and that was at its hind legs. However, the damage dealt at the hind legs, I think, was something around 50, maybe 50 damage at most, and it was with a quite upgraded, not fully yet, upgraded weapon. So naturally, I struggled with that boss fight a lot. I mean, I still managed it, I think, on my second attempt, because I did just stick around the legs, the hind legs. And it did turn out to be the safest place, especially when the laser attacks started. But taking down the amygdala that way took ages upon ages. So I know that the hind legs are not really the best strategy possible, but it's a safe space, guys. It's a safe space. Right, enough stalling. Enough stalling. Run so that when our opponent arrives, shoot. Oh no, I double drank! Oh! Why am I going for the legs? I said I would go for the head, didn't I? Oh, dang it. Oh! No, no. Oh, no. Oh! This... Yeah. No. Oh no, run, run! Oh no. 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 Heal. No. Oh no. Oh yeah, I have not been given... Oh no! Fire! 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 No! Oh! Did I manage? I managed it now. I think I have some Estus flasks left this time. Oh yeah, something that I noticed whilst editing the videos is in this moment here. Wait for it. Right, so he puts his hand on the dragon's head, and then when he lifts his, I was about to say sword, his blade, look, the blade is trembling. It's trembling, like he doesn't want to do this. It pains him to do this. Okay, let's not run into the attack this time, please. I wish I had like the Mikiri counter from Sekiro here, because that attack would be beautifully countered with the Mikiri counter. Ha! Okay, he has a lot of consecutive attacks. I have to keep track. I have to keep track of, okay, I have to keep track of the attacks there. But we managed to get to the second phase with Estus Flasks left. I didn't see how many, but okay, it's a strategy worth pursuing, attacking the head. Not quite as hopeless as I thought it would be. Not quite as hopeless as I thought it would be. Okay. Now then. Let's just go ahead and repeat that and try not... I don't know what to do with the second phase. Those were a lot of consecutive swings, guys. A lot of consecutive swings. Oh! Oh! Literally mistimed everything. Heal a little bit more, please. And let's get started on damaging the chicken. Where am I? Dang! Okay, yeah, let's restart. Oh. Dang it! Oh no, fine! No! Oh. Shoot! I got caught by the fire. Noted. Fire? Oh no! Hi! Oh no, fire! No, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. Somehow I'm not dead? Oh! Heal. Oh no, fire! Oh! Heal. Oh, stop moving! Really? Okay. So we managed to get to second phase again. Good. We're managing to at least consistently, you know, get there. We're managing to consistently get to second phase. Stamina management is going to be key. I'm not allowed to do more than one strike, I think, because I'm going to need all of the rest of my stamina for dodging. think I'll need to dodge roll mainly. Oh, oh, oh! What's a good moment to heal? Ah, that reminds me of someone! Oh! Oh, I got too greedy. Shoot, that attack. Okay, but you know, we lasted longer. I was dodge rolling too much and I got too greedy. Okay, so one strike, that's it. One strike, that's it. That's it. I'm not allowed anything more than one strike. Everything else goes towards dodge rolling. Oh! That was it! Very nice! Very nicely done. We're learning. We're learning. Slowly but surely we're learning. Yeah, look at the way that the blade is trembling. Like, it's so unsteady. I mean, keeping a massive blade like that in the air pointing downward without the blade sinking is also an effort, so it might just be trembling because of that, but I don't think that's the case. Oh no. Oh no! I got greedy. Heal! Heal! Oh! Oh! Dang it! You know what my issue is here? I can't see. If it weren't for the lock-on, I couldn't see. Okay, yeah, you know what? Dodge roll, dodge roll, dodge roll, one strike. Dodge roll, dodge roll, dodge roll, one strike. That is the way to go. It's going to be endlessly long, but okay. That's fine. Oh. Oh. Heal! Oh my god, I have to start by healing. I used a lot more Estus Flask than I would have liked there. But you know what, that's okay. I just need to figure out the rhythm of the second phase and then we're set. As soon as I figure out the rhythm of the second phase, we're set. what does he gain by doing this? Does he just destroy? Because I also noticed that the dragon started flaking away. Did he just did he destroy the dragon to spare the dragon the agony of a painfully slow, you know? Heal for the love of everything! Oh! 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 It! I mistimed. You know, I can't see because of the dust. I can't see because I say dust. It's not dust. It's fog, clouds, whatever. I can't see because of it. I think the key is to stick as close as possible, do one strike, and just keep turning around anti-clockwise. Okay. We're learning with each attempt. We're learning. This was a very poor first attempt. I'm sorry. That was a very poor first phase. I just couldn't for the life of me position myself in such a way that I was actually facing the head of the dragon with my attacks. Very, very stupid. I ended up getting caught by so many attacks. Oh! Oh! Yeah, I deserve that. I deserve that. That was a very poor attempt overall. Very bad first phase. Very poor second phase. I mistimed everything. Everything. My goodness. I'm getting nowhere. Oh no, fire, fire! Why? Shoot, come on, that was going so well. Why did I die there? Why did I die there? Because I stopped pressing the roll? I don't know. Was I rolling in the wrong direction? What happened there? I don't know what happened there. Oh, come on, stop running away. Oh, come on, I mistimed that one too. Oh my god, I just noticed I got caught by the fire. Oh no, fire, fire! I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm just dead. Embarrassing. Very embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing. keep thinking I'm closer than I actually am. No, 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 fire, 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 fire. Oh! Oh my goodness. Terrible attempt as well. Dang it! I didn't used to get caught in the circling attack. Didn't used to get caught by that, and I also didn't used to get caught by the fire breath attack. Like the horizontal fire breath attack. This is a tough boss. This is a very tough boss. Oh no, the recording is going to... Okay, I restarted. I restarted the recording on time. Woo! Hey! Oh! Oh! I'm dead. Nope. Oh. Oh. Shoot. Very poor. Very poor performance on my part. Shoot. Very poor performance on my part. Poor start. Oh no! Fire! 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 I don't even know what happened there! Wait, what was that animation? That seemed like a slightly different animation. Oh, that was enough? Okay. Yeah, see, it starts to flake away. The way that I saw the ancient wyverns flake away in, like, at the High Wall of Lothric. I think he's just sparing the dragon the agony of... because there was still a small sliver of health left for the dragon. Like, it was still alive. These were just like the onset of the final process. Okay. Oh! Oh no! Could you please? Oh! Oh! him! Oh! Oh! Oh, I'm out of Estus flasks. Oh! Woohoo! I rolled too soon. Okay, but we got him halfway down, and noted a lot of lightning happening. Progress. We're making progress again. We'd stopped making progress. We're making progress again. Wow. Okay, this is actually a very tough boss fight. Oh my god, I didn't see my health. I'm starting to make stupid mistakes. I'll give it one more attempt, see how it goes, and then I'm going to take a break. Come on. There we go. 7 Estus flasks is not good. I'm going to take a break after this, guys. I'm going to take a break after this. I have to. I have to take a break after this. I'm starting to make some very stupid mistakes. You know, for a cutscene, this actually tells us a lot about the Nameless King. Oh! I was thinking of rolling. Reminds me actually of Artorias. Why can I not roll? So I figured out what that dive attack reminded me of, Artorias. I think it was Artorias. There was definitely, I know I have fought a boss where after that dive attack I would use the opportunity to heal. Ah, I'm taking a break, guys. I'm taking a break. I need some place of light. Like, to make my life a little bit easier for the syncing up, guys. No, no, no. I can't risk it. Light enough? Hopefully. Okay, hopefully this is light enough to make my life a little bit easier when it comes to syncing up the recording with the gameplay. And I'm going to take a small break, guys, because, wow, I'm starting to make some very stupid mistakes. Very, very stupid ones. So yeah, small break, and be right back. Okie dokie, back from the small break. Well, not so small break. I did take the time to... Where am I going? Oh no, I was in the right place. I did take the time to just relax a bit. Walk the tension off, as it were. And now, sorry that it's wobbling. And I'm ready to attempt this again. Oh! Oh, was he staggered? Was the dragon staggered there? Shoot. I still made some stupid mistakes, but this was moderately better than the past couple of attempts? Maybe? Maybe? Goodness gracious. This is a tough boss. This has to be one of the hardest bosses in the Souls games. This has to be one of the hardest bosses in the Souls games. Or at least it is for me so far, to date. Okay, please stay calm. One strike, otherwise dodge roll. I shouldn't have. Oh, come on! Why do I keep rolling into it? Not what I meant to do actually, but okay. Oh no! No. Hit him! Yes! Yes! Trophy earned, the Nameless King. Soul of the Nameless King. Yes! Okay, definitely an awesome boss fight. I didn't expect him to get staggered. I have to admit. That was very, very unexpected. Very unexpected, but sticking close to him was definitely the right decision. And going anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise, sticking close, dodge rolling 1 or 2 attacks at most. Oh! New bonfire. Oh, that's that place with the gate that I figured was a boss arena. And I guess it was, kind of. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, I forgot. One of you said that I should go to Andre to speak to him. I hope it's not too late. Ember restored. Whew. Light the bonfire. Oh. Gorgeous. Ah, friend, all the more overwhelming. Praise the victory. I did it. Ooh, item. Skill! Yeah, definitely dexterity for the win here. Ooh, Titanite slab. Is there anything for me to look at? To explore? Possibly. We're going to take a look at this arena before we go to Filing Shrine, guys. Just to make sure that I don't miss any items. Because I fully expect there to be items, hidden items. I don't see any items on this side. Okay, let's just keep going. Okay. No items on this side. Ooh, but an item here. Dragon Slayer helm, armor, gauntlets, Dragon Slayer leggings. Is that Ornstein's outfit? Visions of old Codger. Fair. Okay. Okay. Anything else I might have missed? Whew, what a boss fight, guys. What a boss fight. Excellent boss fight. I knew it would be an excellent one, and I was definitely not disappointed. Wow. I have a bit of a tension headache right now, I think. But that's okay. Wow, what an amazing boss fight. Right, so none of you answered. None of you told me if the bell ringing that I'm hearing is a player ringing the bell to gain access to the Nameless King's and the King of the Storm's boss fight, or if... And this is... Okay, so this is something that I'm wondering now. Or if it's a sign that someone has defeated the Nameless King. Yeah, I don't think that there are any other items. Yeah, no other items. Okay, we did a thorough inspection of this arena. So let's go ahead and read the inscription of the Dragon Slayer armor. I'm curious. Okay, what's this? Oh, the sunset helm. What? Ah, right. No, not what I meant to do. Golden lion helm associated with Dragon Slayer Ornstein from the Age of Gods and imbued with the strength of lightning. In the Dragonless Age, this knight, who long guarded the ruined cathedral, left the land in search of the Nameless King. Intriguing. I think it was maybe at some point in Dark Souls 2, or maybe it was even in the item description of Smo's armor, or maybe Smo's soul in Dark Souls 1, where it was mentioned that only Smo remained to guard the cathedral, which means that the duo that we fought in Dark Souls 1, Ornstein and Smo, only Smo was actually real and Ornstein was an illusion created probably by Gwyndolin. Aha, and the reason why that was the case was that Ornstein had left in search of the Nameless King. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh dear. What was it? Nameless what? Nameless Knight. Where's my Dragon Slayer gauntlets? Where are my Dragon Slayer gauntlets? Same description, okay, and also the same description. Okay. Okay. What's my hollowing status at? 99, okay. Right. Let's travel to Firelink Shrine. Wow, what a rush that boss fight, guys. What a rush. I really enjoyed it. Really, really enjoyed it. Hands down a favorite boss fight in this game. Hands down. Okay. So I'm supposed to go and speak to Andre. Let me do that before I forget it again. Hi.
Oh, you've returned. I was hoping to see you.
That's new dialogue.
That crestfallen ass Hawkwood, he handed me this.
What?
He's changed a great deal since he left this place.
I thought he died.
Face. He asked me to give it ye.
Hawkwood Swordgrass. Okay.
Well, now that that task is concluded, what would you have me smith today?
Do you have any new dialogue? Any other new dialogue?
There are two ways to
No. Okay. Thank you.
Pretty be careful.
I try to be.
I don't want to see my work squandered.
It shan't be. And I'm trying my best to be careful. Hawkwood Swordgrass. That was for the Wolf Covenant, wasn't it? The Swordgrass. Wolf's Blood Swordgrass? I don't remember this. Wait, let me read the description again. A leaf signifying the duty fulfilled by the watchdogs of Farron, who stand beside the old wolf to ensure the serenity of those at rest, depicts a swordgrass leaf stained with dried blood. Long ago, the swordgrass leaf quietly identified members of the Undead Legion. In the rotted forest rest the spirits of warriors past. Their acceptance of and gratitude toward their guardians is expressed eloquently by the humble leaf. Okay, and then where is Hawkwood Swordgrass? Wait. What? Have I missed it? Hawkwood? Oh shoot, I was supposed to make the Path of Dragon gesture somewhere Again, and I forgot. Dang it. Yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry. I'll get to it later. Where's Hawkwood Swordgrass? Wolf's Blood Swordgrass. I've got 4 of these. Wait, was Hawkwood's Swordgrass added to this collection? Interesting. Is it a key item? It's a key item! Hawkwood's Swordgrass. Bloodstained Swordgrass of Hawkwood, deserter of the Undead Legion. Traditionally, the Undead Legion of Farron sends the gravest of messages using Swordgrass. Come to the mausoleum in Farron. Only one can take the path of ancient dragons. Why? 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 This is interesting. So this is a message passed on to me through Andre from Hawkwood to come to the mausoleum in Farron. Only one can take the path of ancient dragons. Why would he ask me to go to Farron Keep for this? Why would he ask me to go to Farron Keep for this? He wasn't a dragon worshipper, was he? Okay, we're going. We're going. Okay, I wasn't expecting this. We're going, okay. But first, where is my Firekeeper? Hi, Miss Firekeeper.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire.
'Tis to level up yet again, my dear.
Very well. Then touch the darkness within me. Take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
Yes, I shall. And we're going to put them towards... Oh, I'm going to need some extra souls, aren't I? About... 9,000. 9,000? 9,000. Yeah, about 9,000 more. Okay, that's not a problem. Let's first confirm this. Do you have any new dialogue?
Ashen One, if
No.
I will visit it. Farewell, Ash, mayst thou thy peace discover.
I'm sorry that I skipped. Mayest thou thy peace discover as well. Hi, old shrine handmaiden.
Ah, well met, Ashen One. How may I be of service?
I wish to sell a couple of things. How much did I say I need? 9. Didn't I? Let's go with 20. That's 6,000. 30 is 9,000. Actually, do you have any new items? In the armor section. Or maybe even in the weapon section. I never check the weapon section. Or I rarely check the weapon section, I should say. Very rarely. Okay, nothing new there. Let's see. Anything here that's new? Knight, Elite Knight, Faram, Helm of Favor, the Favor set, Eastern set, Morn set, Dancer's set, Smo's set. What was the description here? No, nothing of interest. Oh, not what I meant to do. Right, so Smo, Morn, Dancer, Smo, Golden Crown. Ah! Wait, that was a crown and not his hair? Crown of a Nameless King, who was allied to the ancient dragons. This golden crown, buried amidst long strands of bristling ash, is said to closely resemble that of the First Lord. That's a crown and not hair? Okay. dragon scale armor of a nameless king who was allied to the ancient dragons. Dragon scales are razor sharp and cannot be burned. Bracelets. These golden bracelets, together with the golden breastplate and crown, are said to closely resemble those of the First Lord. They do indeed resemble it. Okay, what are the... No, what I meant to do... What are the stats? 12.4? It's not bad. I'm going to have to... I'm not interested in that, okay. Black Iron, Executioner, Exile, Gundyr, Assassin, Black Hand, Thief, Karluk, Xanthus, Sage, Leather, and Wolnir. Okay. Let's leave.
Ashen One, be sure to bring more souls.
Yes, I shall bring you more souls. Why did I rest? Why did I rest? I meant to go to the Firekeeper. I'm sorry.
Welcome home,
I'm sorry.
Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire.
Like the adrenaline wearing off
Very
from the boss fight.
Then touch the darkness within me. Take nourishment
that
from
was a
these
fun
sovereignless
fight.
souls.
That was a fun fight. Okay, let's go one more level up. Health, 1141 sounds very nice. Very nice, okay. Anything new to say?
Ashen One, if thine kill,
No,
I
no,
will visit
no.
it. Farewell, Ashen One. Mayst thou thy peace discover.
Mayest thou thy peace discover as well, dear Firekeeper. Okay, and now we go to our dear, dear, dear friend.
Aha, thou'rt returned, and a fine day it is.
Indeed,
So,
indeed, indeed.
Happened upon any twisted souls?
Yep. So, dear Ludleth, what do you have to offer that's new? So, Osiris Deacons, High Lord Dancer, Nameless King. Oh, we have Lightning Storm. Miracle of the Nameless King, allied to the ancient dragons, calls forth furious bolts of lightning. Once a slayer of dragons, the former king and war god tamed a storm drake, on which he led a lifetime of battle. This miracle is likely a tale of their bond. Ah, I stand corrected. It's not an ancient dragon, it's a storm drake. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Actually, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. The former king and war god tamed a storm drake. War god, war god, war god. Ah, there was an association with war for the firstborn son, wasn't there? I really don't remember what the item anymore was that I picked up right outside the Dark Moon Chamber in Dark Souls 1. I do remember it was a ring. That's where we first find out about Gwyn's firstborn son. Sorry, my voice is abandoning me. And there was a mention of war in that item. I think it was a ring, and I think there was a mention of war there. He tamed a storm drake, once a slayer of dragons. So he started out on his family's side. And then he tamed, at some point during the fight, a storm drake. No, wait. Yes. He tamed a storm drake. There was a bond between them. Forged in the fire of war. And that shifted eventually the Nameless King's allegiance from Gwyn and his family to the side of the ancient dragons. And once the ancient dragons lost, or when they lost, he was exiled by his father and his name removed from all records. Interesting, okay. Aldrich, Deacon's Rock. Pontiff Blood. Nameless King. Storm Curved Sword. That looks like a great sword. It's a dexterity weapon. Really? 14 and 20. I do fulfill those requirements. Technically speaking. Dexterity weapon. I mean, it's curved. Wait, did we see that at all? We didn't see that at all, did we? He fought with a very different weapon, which was certainly what I would classify as a greatsword. Like a game type greatsword, because the greatswords that you see in games are very much not what actual greatswords looked like. Like this historical weapon, the greatsword, looked very different to what the greatswords in games look like. But the weapon that the Nameless King was wielding was definitely one that I would describe as a greatsword. This is closer to what I would consider a scimitar. Probably oversized, but curved sword imbued with the strength of the storm drake. Ah, right. This is a weapon from essentially the storm drake half of the soul. The Nameless King, ally of the ancient dragons, fought beside the storm drake in countless battles. When the great beast fell, the king claimed his soul, as was the custom. Why did I pronounce it that way? As was the custom in the age of the gods. The king claimed his soul. When the great beast fell, the king claimed his soul, as was the custom in the age of the gods. Oh. I have always wondered about the cutscene, or cutscenes, I should say, that happen once you defeat either Ornstein or Smo, and then the fight transitions to the second phase. And in that cutscene, if you defeat Ornstein first, then Smo essentially crushes Ornstein's body. He was still, you can see Ornstein's hand still twitching. So Smo crushed Ornstein while he was still alive, or at least the illusion of Ornstein while he was still alive, and gained his lightning ability, power, whatever you want to call it. And now this is something that I've only seen online, because I've not gotten to that point of the game yet in my replaythrough of Dark Souls 1. If you defeat Smo first, then Ornstein absorbs Smo's size, and you fight a giant Ornstein, essentially. So this was a custom in the Age of the Gods. Interesting. I love these little bits and pieces of information. Skill, Tornado, imbue blade with the wrath of storm in a spinning motion, and follow with a strong attack to bear that wrath upon foes. That's kind of the move that the Nameless King did, wasn't it? Dancer, Crystal, Demon, Dragon Slayer, Yorm, Boreal, Demon, Rocket, Nameless. Dragon Slayer, Sword Spear. Ah, this is the weapon we fought. And that's for sure a strength weapon. It's not. Well, color me surprised. I didn't expect the skill requirement to be this high for the Nameless King's weapons. I mean, both are just D, so it's nothing overly, special. But it requires 22 skill, making it a skill weapon for sure. Interesting. A dragon hunting weapon from the Age of the Gods. The earliest form of the cross spear, serving as both sword and spear. Its owner was the Nameless King and Deific, hunter of dragons. The sword spear is imbued with lightning, of which he was the heir. This pretty much confirms that the Nameless King was Gwyn's firstborn son, doesn't it? Skill, Falling Bolt. Hold sword spear high in the air to summon fierce lightning that descends upon distant foes. Yes! That's what he did in the second phase. Distant foes. So it's a very good thing indeed that I decided to stick close to him rather than go for distance. Interesting. Okay. Anything else? Champion, Demon, Aldrich, Dragon Slayer, Yorm, Stray, Champion, Boreal. Okay. Very interesting. Do you have anything new to say?
The eyes show a world
No.
a place. So what if
Yes, yes.
I took the mantle of Lord of Cinder of mine own volition? I speak these words with pride. Choose thy fate alone. Seize it with thine own hands.
Honestly, good advice.
All the more should thy fate entail such foul betrayal.
Not necessarily the second part, but yeah. Okay, interesting. Right, well, let's go to Farron Keep, to the mausoleum. The mausoleum, oh dear. What's the mausoleum in Farron Keep again? Farron Keep, Keep Ruins. I'm assuming this is the mausoleum in question. I'm assuming this is the mausoleum in question. Because I can't think of anything else in that area that might be considered the mausoleum. I am intensely curious about this. Okay. What am I supposed to do here then? No, this is not it, is it? Am I supposed to go outside? Path of Dragon. Was there an altar here for the Path of the Dragon that I don't remember? I fought one of the demons here. Is there something resembling an altar? What am I supposed to do here, guys? Only one may walk the path of the dragon, the ancient dragon. Any helpful messages? No? No? No. Like, I don't think it's here. Anywhere. Maybe it's slightly outside the mausoleum? I am somewhat confused. Like, I'm decently certain that there wasn't... Yeah, I'm decently certain there wasn't... No, I don't think it's in that direction. I don't think it's in that direction. Be wary of tough enemy. I mean, am I supposed to perform the gesture here? This is a view. It's always been a view until now. I don't think this is it. Though this is quite the view. Okay. Critical foe ahead. Right. I am baffled by this. What am I supposed to do here? What am I supposed to do here? I don't understand. I came to the mausoleum provided this is the mausoleum. This is the mausoleum, right? Oh wait, no. Is the mausoleum... What is the mausoleum? I thought this was it for sure. Maybe it's somewhere here? I just didn't notice it previously because I didn't know about the path of dragon gesture. Is there anything for me here? Hidden path ahead. Could this be where I need to perform the path of dragon gesture? No, wait. Oh, that was it. No. Me getting excited. Either this is not the mausoleum I'm supposed to go to. I'm starting to think this is not the mausoleum I'm supposed to go to. Am I? I don't know. Am I supposed to? This would be very weird. How did the message get all the way over there? No, I don't think this is it either. Oh, this sounds so wrong. Oh, the sounds, guys. How did the message get all the way over there? Could this be a good fellow? Yeah, he's a good boy. Is this not the mausoleum? Is it the Abyss Watcher's room? I'm so confused. Was there an altar in the Abyss Watcher's room that I didn't know to notice? Oh!
This is unexpected.
Oh!
Well, I've decided to stop running from my fate. Loathe me all you like. I shall take what makes you dragon.
No. It's like fighting the Abyss Watchers again. Nice one! No. There we go.
You are a dragon. More dragon than I.
I didn't... Twinkling Dragon Headstone. What? Why? Why did he decide to want this? I'm so confused. Wait, let me go back to Filing Shrine. Let me go back to Filing Shrine to process what just happened. Okay, so what the heck happened? Why did he want to become a dragon? I was only halfway listening to the dialogue, by the way. I just heard he wanted to take what I had acquired so far from the Dragonstone collection So, like, as it were. And that he wanted to become a dragon. Why? I didn't hear the start of the conversation. Oh, I was too surprised by his presence. No, I wasn't surprised by his presence. I was surprised that he would attack me. But he wanted to become a dragon. I don't know why. Like, he abandoned the Abyss Watchers. He didn't go through with it. He felt it was, I think, pointless or something like that. Like, why bother with what the Abyss Watchers were doing when it was inevitable anyway? And that's why he had fled from the Abyss Watchers, and then he just disappeared one day, left behind his shield. He did fight with the weapons of the Abyss Watcher. So, the weapons of the Abyss Watchers. He did fight with them. I did see that, and it was the moveset of the Abyss Watchers as well. Which was honestly delightful. But why did he want to become a dragon? Oh, I forgot to read... Oh, look at the soul of the Nameless King, it's slightly different. Oh, it has a little swirl of, like, a wind-like swirl at the bottom. Okay, we'll read that in a second. What's this? Right. Twinkling Dragon Head Stone. Stone imbued with the power of the everlasting... I'm sorry, my voice is leaving me. Stone imbued with the power of the everlasting dragons, the second of its kind, offered to a towering dragon. What? The second of its kind, offered to a towering dragon. Gain the head of a dragon and emit breath alongside an Archdragon Mirage. The transformation is irreversible until death. Yet true imitation will require... This is kind of similar. The second of its kind. Offered to a towering dragon. And then that description is... the same. Gain the head, gain the torso. Emit breath alongside an Archdragon Mirage. Right. Yet true imitation will require a dragon head as well, and this is the head. The illusion achieved was the first case of a human imitating the form of an ancient dragon, and it revealed the smallness of human existence. The road to the old dragons is long and arduous, and only one can complete the journey. Okay, so what do I do now with all of these pieces? Do I equip them, perform the path of... equip them? Do I use them? The Twinkling Dragon Head and the Twinkling Dragon Torso Stone? And do I then use them, and then do I go somewhere in, like, to somewhere in Archdragon Peak and use the Path of Dragon gesture? Or is this the completed quest line for the Dragonstone set? Okay, I didn't read the soul description. The Nameless King was once a dragon-slaying god of war before he sacrificed everything to ally himself with the ancient dragons. Okay, nothing too new. Interesting. Okay, wow. Whew, that was honestly a great boss fight, and Hawkwood's betrayal, I guess I could call it. Is it a betrayal? It feels like it should be classified as a betrayal. And his betrayal definitely took me by surprise. I'm going to take a break. Yeah. I'm going to take a break. Am I going to take a break? Wait, let me think about this. I recorded for an hour, then for another extra, I don't know, 15, 20-ish minutes or so. And this is about another 50 minutes. Which would bring it up to 2 hours something. And it would kind of be stupid to go and do Elder Prince Lorien now. Because honestly, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted, to be honest. I'm very, very exhausted by by this boss fight. It was a great boss fight, but a very exhausting one, because the first phase doesn't leave you with many Estus flasks, or it didn't leave me with many Estus flasks. I genuinely can't believe I lasted as long as I did against the Nameless King at the end there. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Just locked in and went through the rest of the fight. You know what? I feel that thematically it would be good to call it a day here and then just start the next chapter, so to say, the next episode with Elder Prince Lorien and the end of, like, the boss before the final one for the main game, I think. And once we have Elder Prince Lorien and the final Lord of Cinder, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. Because, yeah, the top of Lothric Castle is the end of the road. The same way that the Profane Capital was the end of the road, or at least what I perceived as the end of the road. Lothric Castle is the end of the road here as well. And I don't know what should happen next. I suppose return all of the Lords of Cinder to their thrones, actually, instead of just keeping them in my inventory. Would be a good first step. And I don't know. I'd like to finally go into the Ashes of Ariandel DLC, actually. I'd like to go into the DLC, like the Ashes of Ariandel DLC. Okay, so I'm going to consider my options. But yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and call it a day. I feel like I've actually, like, I spent the entirety of this episode fighting the Nameless King, essentially. Except for the very beginning where I did a tiny little amount of backtracking to acquire the Thunderstone Plate Ring. But despite that, I still feel like I've actually done a decent amount, like I've made a decent amount of progress today. So, yeah, actually. Happy to call it a day, guys. Happy to call it a day. So, I expected an excellent boss fight, and that's exactly what I got today. Honestly, even though you have to first get past the Storm Drake in order to be able to reach the Nameless King, this is hands down one of my favorite boss fights in the entire game so far. Hands down. The Storm Drake itself was already a very pleasant surprise, considering that, you know, at that point I was expecting to just fight another Ancient Wyvern. But then when I was able to actually properly fight the Nameless King today, I had a blast, guys. I had an absolute blast. I mean, yes, it was stressful, there was a lot of adrenaline, a lot of tension, but I really, really, really enjoyed and had a lot of fun with the challenge that the Nameless King offered. Because his moveset is so different from that of any of the other bosses in this game, or at least the ones that I've come across so far. And yeah, sure, there were a couple of elements of it that seemed, well, that felt familiar. I'm fairly certain that that swooping attack that he does in the first half of his in the first phase of his fight, is exactly the same as the attack that Artorias does in Dark Souls 1's DLC. And there were a couple of swings that he did that kind of reminded me of the Fume Knight a little bit, actually. Like, the more I think about it, the more that sense of familiarity kind of leads me to the Fume Knight's boss fight from the Crown of the... Oh shoot, I forgot which king. Of the Ivory King? No, not the Ivory King. Of the Iron King. Crown of the Iron King DLC of Dark Souls 2. Like, the familiarity, I'm fairly certain, did help. But ultimately, even if there were some elements that I have dealt with before. They are in a new configuration here, and learning the steps of this new dance was just so much fun for me. So much fun. And in that last fight, in that last attempt against the Nameless King, when it felt like I just locked in and got my dodge rolls mostly right. Wow. Just yeah. That's the kind of boss fight that makes these games just absolute masterpieces. Like, everything in these games is a masterpiece, of course. The world building, the lore, the boss fights, the music, the characters, the interactions. All of that, of course, contributes to these games being a masterpiece. But considering that this is the third game in the series, and having played the first two, I was hoping for and expecting the boss fights in this game to be even more of a challenge than the ones in Dark Souls 2, for example, were. The same way that the boss fights in Dark Souls 2 were a greater challenge than the boss fights in Dark Souls 1. And the game has so far not disappointed me at all in that regard. And the Nameless King's boss fight in particular is one that I just enjoyed immensely. Although I do have to say that I didn't expect him to be so staggerable. I never thought that I would be able to stagger a boss. It's something I've never done before. And I'm relatively certain that during one of my attempts, at the end of the first phase, I was able to actually stagger the Stormdrake, which I also didn't think would happen. So, honestly, I only have praise for this boss fight, and for it just being full of surprises at every turn. You think you've learned the steps, and then something new happens that you didn't quite expect, didn't quite account for, a new element, and then you have to learn it all over again. And it's just so much fun. It's just so much fun. And then, of course, I went to Keep and to the Abyss Watcher's boss room. I didn't expect that I would fight Hawkwood there, to be honest. Or that I would fight Hawkwood point blank, actually. I thought he was a nice guy. Why did he suddenly decide he wanted to become a dragon? There was no hint of that at all in any of our previous interactions. And yet suddenly he wants to become a dragon. I am baffled. I'm absolutely baffled by that. I kind of think... Well, if I think about our previous interactions, I kind of remember, and it was so long ago, so I'm not entirely certain that I am remembering right, but I kind of remember that he felt some level of shame maybe for running away from the Abyss Watchers and abandoning his oath essentially there. And then when he disappeared from Firelink Shrine and we found his shield outside of Firelink Shrine, I kind of figured that meant he'd died. Because why else would he leave behind his shield? But of course the Abyss Watchers didn't fight with shields. They had no shields. They only had, their, the big blade and the smaller blade, the dagger. And when he fought just now, he fought exactly the way that the Abyss Watchers fought. No shield, and just purely on the attack. And he did so in the Abyss Watchers boss room. Which now makes me wonder if maybe he used the I want to become a dragon, the dragon that you are on the verge of becoming, that's what I want, and that's why I'm attacking you, as a pretext for one final honorable fight in the place where he was meant to actually be as part of the Abyss Watchers. Like, maybe as a way to regain his honor? In a sense? I don't know. I'm going to have to think about this more. Like, this thought didn't occur to me until just now. I need to ponder this a bit more. But yeah, all in all, an absolutely exciting episode today. And with Archdragon Peak done, unless there's still something I've missed there, I can now return to Lothric Castle and Elder Prince Lorien's boss fight. So look forward to me doing that in the next episode. And if you guys enjoyed watching this one, leave a like, subscribe, check out the links below, and see you guys next time.